Hello everybody and welcome to Parks Bros. It's Drew here and we have another West Coast Racers construction update coming to you from Six Flags Magic Mountain itself. Here we have some new rebar that's shown up, and you can even see in the left side of the screen right here that that's where they're actually wrapping them up into these cylinder-like shapes that will actually be put into the ground and become the skeleton for these footers. That's quite exciting to actually be able to see, thanks to the person who sent us this video. And I honestly can't wait to see how many actual footers or footings will be used in this ride. Considering how much rebar is being used in total, it's just so much rebar. It's insane to actually see. And on that note, we have another crazy cool thing to see. And that is the fact that the second shipment of supports has shown up. And this is actually probably about 2 times bigger than the first shipment. It's quite extensive. There's definitely some new supports for different sections of track, and some that I actually don't really know what they would be for. Definitely a lot of shorter sections of supports where I could see them possibly being for parts of the launch, but also possibly for the turn into the brake run, or even the high five element at the beginning of the ride. But I don't know where else they would go because they are quite short, unless some of these are for the second launch, which I don't really think they are after a closer look at them. But it is quite exciting to see this many supports here, and hopefully we will see even more supports very soon and then track really close after. But let's move on from outside the park and to inside the park, and you can see how many rebar cylinders we have in the park. It is insane. I can't even count how many are there. It's absolutely incredible. Now, if you even see where the launch track is going to be and the station, they are doing so much work. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trucks that I see in that shot alone. It is insane how quickly they are moving along with this project. It looks like they're going 200% right now. Then you can see some heavy machinery in the background of this shot, but also it looks like they've had to do some regrading because of the heavy rainfall Southern California has experienced. So that is where the station is going to be, but I'm sure they've had to regrade that part because it has become kind of muddy over the past couple weeks just because of how much rain we've been getting in Southern California. Now here's a close-up look of what looks to be a small excavator getting rid of just a bunch of old wiring, as well as just some regular junk that's in the ground. So later on you'll see some shots with him pulling up some old piping too. It definitely just seems to be kind of a throwaway pile, at least from what he's digging up. But you can also see there are these yellow markers. We'll get to those a little later. Yellow/green, depending on what you'd call that, almost like a neon green, I suppose. But here's another shot of the grading itself that they've had to redo, at least for the station area. I don't really think they've had to do it for any other place where they're digging up for footers and footings to be put. But there's definitely been a lot more digging with the project as of late, and it's very interesting to see it just completely torn up everywhere finally. I mean, we've seen the buildings come down, we've seen the pavement go out, but now just to see random holes everywhere, it's quite insane to see that incredible difference for this project. So here's another shot of all the cylinder-shaped rebar, and also just some of the pavement that's been completely dug out. It's insane. But this project is moving at an insanely rapid pace that I was not expecting. I was expecting them to move fast, but not this fast. But here we'll stop to look at some of the new markers. There are actually new markers, believe it or not, in this section, and they look to be like they are set up for either footers or just where the track is going to go. I'm very excited to see what will happen with this, but just seeing how many dirt mounds there are is absolutely insane. But each mound is going to be one support, so I'd think of it as that. And here's some pipe being torn up from this small excavator, which is interesting to see, just to say. But here is even more rebar in the background. It's crazy how much is going into this project right now. So here's some new roof shingles and / roof tiling that will hopefully be going on the older buildings as a new look. And also it could be used for the station building and the gift shop, of course. So that's very nice to see, the fact that those are out. It means they're going to start working on that fairly soon. And here is a shot of where the launch track will go. Look at all those mounds of dirt. Oh my goodness. Also, you can see that cutout. I wonder what that's going to be for, especially since there are a couple new markers there. But besides that, you can see some new PVC piping that is in, and that is good to see, the fact that they are redoing some of the piping back over there in that section as well, underneath where the launch will be. But here is an overhead shot from Jetstream itself, and you can see just the massive amounts of work going on. And I will actually pause it at a few points here just to see how many mounds of dirt there really are. It's quite impressive. Here's a look at where Kickin' Chicken is, and back by where the old Chaos 2 Aftermath Rising maze was, there's a giant hole in the ground. Like, giant. It looks to be at least 10 by 10 in size. I really wonder what this is going to be for. I don't think it would be for any type of footer, because it's just way too big, especially for the support structure that we saw in the animation. So I'm really interested to see what this is for. It's probably for more piping issues or gas line issues is my guess, but I'm not entirely sure on that. But regardless, it's insane to see a hole that big. But that is going to have to do it for this West Coast Racers construction update. I am so incredibly happy that this project is getting its move on as quick as possible, and I really can't wait to see everything else that this construction project has to offer. So make sure to subscribe if you have not, because we're going to have tons of these updates until opening day. So thank you guys for watching, and of course, as always, we'll see you on the next ride.